Har Har Mahadev. There is a lot to talk which I cannot talk in the Shamshan Bhumi. I don't want to make those videos very long. This is a message to C2, RA and LP. Limited circulation. I know in the background, even the opposition, means the cockroach Sharad Pawar is hearing this, and even Delhi is hearing. There is a big tussle, a war in the MVA government. And I'm happy they're having a war between Congress, Ubata, and the cockroach. Who's my enemy? My enemy basically is Sanjeev Bajaj, who did everything, all these ruthless things he's done to devastate me. First, he devastated me by the policies, 4 policies of the same number. To suppress that scam of his, he did everything in this world. Sam, Dam, Danda, Bed. Let him do it. Nothing happened to me. Did anything happen to me? No, till today, no. And now I've started going to the gym. Sorry, I'm just back from the gym. Cool down for about 10 minutes. And I said I want to pass a direct message to all 3 of them. There are some things I cannot write, or the post becomes very lengthy. Then I have to put it up on Facebook and then ask everybody from Insta to go to Facebook. My enemy is nobody but Sanjeev Bajaj. Sharad Pawar because Benami. Bajaj Finserv is Benami property of Sharad Pawar. All the money in Bajaj Finserv, Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Alliance belongs to Sharad Pawar. That is not my concern. My concern is the cases. Now, this is a boon in disguise. At that time, I was very frustrated. Why 4 cases for 1 complaint? Defamation, and you filed 4 cases against me. 4 criminal and 1 civil. Now, yesterday, the magistrate tells me, or rather he's trying to teach Papa how to tie shoelaces. The slang language I cannot use here. Who is the magistrate to teach me what to do? I go as per my wish, my way, and my legal knowledge, whatever I've collected over so many years. I still do a lot of research. Hence, now there are 4 cases. In the first case itself, Sanjeev Bajaj couldn't send his lawyer to appear. Even though I went and there was Tandav in his office. I cannot explain the Tandav, what I did. But definitely there was arguments and abusive language. I'm an Aghori. If I get angry, I don't see who's in front of me. Anybody. So now this is what has happened in 1 case. Now tomorrow morning I'm going back to Bajaj. Second case. I hope tomorrow they give me the received stamp ASAP without me showing them my anger again. It's called Vrat. WRATH. The anger of the Aghori. I'll blow up more than the other day. Anyway, if he gives me fine, Monday the matter will be taken on board again. And this time I'm going to file a complaint about the magistrate with the law ministry. And of course, 500 more email IDs wherever I send it. My emails go to the whole of the world. Everybody knows about this case. Anyway, that is my legal job. I'll keep doing it. Then the 3rd case, then the 4th case, then the 5th case. And now the magistrate yesterday tells me we need to combine all these cases together and hear 1 case. I said, why? Why? I was ruthless. Why? When they could file 4 cases, then they all have to be heard individually. I'll not allow this. And who's the magistrate to take a call? Magistrate has no call on this. It is the call of the accused. The complainant may file an application that I want to combine all 4. That is where I'll blow up and I will get a chance. that you filed 4 cases, and now because of the 340, this is what? C2, this will become a little longer. Of course, RA and LB are 2 hearing. I don't know some settings. Something happens and it goes blur, but okay, the instrument is quite old. So now 5 cases. I will not let them combine. I'm in Pune. I have got no other work. My daily, whatever I do is, either I'm in solitude, either I'm in the gym now, or I'm at the Shamshan, or I'm in the court. Shamshan every day, gym practically every day. Only when I get very late in court, I don't. Right? But I see to it that 5 days a week, minimum I go. Or rather 4 days minimum I go. I'm happy with that 4 days. I started working out. I finished my total implants today in the morning. Everything. My jaw is done, which I didn't take care of because there was nobody whom I wanted to show. I used to eat with my front teeth. I talk the truth. मुझे सच बात करने में कोई शर्म नहीं आती. And I don't घुमा फिरा के or whatever. So I used to eat with them. But I said no, now nahi. Now I'm going to meet my Shaktis. I need to take care of myself. So I went and got the implants done. So I did about 3 and 3, 6 and 2, 8. 8 implants and 2 root canaling and crowns. Over. Now nothing more to be done. Yes, there is one, but my dentist says not required. That's not a eating tooth. Okay, but if required, I'll do it. So now I've done that. Now I'm doing my gym. I've controlled on my diet, which went haywire some time back because of the stress from 16th of June. I was not taking care of my health. I stopped going down for a walk from 16th of June. Anyway, now let's come to the basic story, what is happening. So now I told you all about the cases. I'm not interested in what is happening about the case between Lopa Bhatt and Kishore Chhabria. That is not my requirement. That is not my requirement is the Pune case. I have no, LB is not my enemy. Enemy is, sits here. All 3 of you all sit here. I'm not interested in what is happening. I'm interested in Sanjeev Bajaj. So now there are 5 cases. I'll move on. Let me tell you all. Settlement is at the moment premature. Yes, premature. They come to me, they call me, they have meetings with me, majorly Walchandji Jain, Kumar Pakre and Guruji. Guruji's name is Sim Khirid. SIMKHIRID. 3 people, and then a lot of things happening on social media. From there I come to know what is happening, who's got pain, who's suffering, who is passing on what messages. I see everybody coming on my social media and I love it. I get messages. I'm so happy. Some of y'all also may be sending messages. I'm happy and keep sending. It keeps me peppy. Anyway, so now premature. Why premature? I want these cases to move. Like tomorrow, taken on board application, signed in front of the judge on Monday. If the lawyer of Sanjeev Bajaj comes, I'll tear him apart. I promise you all I'll tear him apart. Whoever comes, it may be even the biggest counsel of the country. I don't want to name anybody here. Y'all know there are several of counsels who charge 5 crores for one hearing. Even if he comes, I'll tear him out. Why? This 340 is dangerous. Let me explain y'all. Y'all are not from the legal background, so y'all may not, but I'll make it very simple. Sanjeev Bajaj issued policies to me in 2008 and 9. I'm talking only about one policy. First, I'll call it policy A. This policy A, Bajaj has settled the claim and money has been deposited of that policy A in High Court. 70.62 lakhs. Policy A, claim has been settled, money has been deposited before the Honorable High Court. Now, during my acquittal in 2021, the judgment of the same court number 5 states that the policy A has been rejected by Bajaj Alliance. Boom! I'm sure you all understand. He says money has been deposited in High Court, and this court says the policy has been rejected. Now, who is right? Who is right? The court. The judgment is right. High Court is right. Which is who's right? High Court got the money, and judgment says that policy High Court is not valid. It's been rejected. Now, this is the major issue. Forget about the adrenochrome. Forget about the Covishield. Forget about the kidnapped girls. Forget about all the other offenses. Any other offense, whichever is there, forget about them. This is the issue. Hence, court number 5 doesn't want to hear the 340. Only these 2 documents, if I provide him, which is there, it's such a big thing. I'm sure you all must have gone through. It is still there. The link on my bio. See it. Now what will you all do? And then there is policy B. Sanjay Bajaj has issued 4 policies of policy number B to Sleepins Apparel Private Limited, my company. Wow, man. To save this scam of 4 policies, the judiciary is in a trouble. But judiciary will not die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Argument's sake, 20. Judges will be suspended, terminated, or whatever. Or there would be a vigilance over them. Or CBI may enter. Anything. That is not my lookout. My lookout is court. Now Monday, if Bajaj doesn't come, because I said if he comes, I'll tear him apart. If he doesn't come, then I'm filing an application before the magistrate to issue a warrant. A non-bailable warrant. That is up to him whether he issues a non-bailable or a bailable. That I cannot force him to. But a warrant is an warrant, and that will be issued. Now what? He has to come. Whatever date is next date. I am not in a hurry. Money is not my requirement and never was. And today, Aguri, I don't need money. I can eat anything. I can live anywhere. Money is not my requirement. When was I willing to settle? Only if I had a backup. Now backup, coming to that. The first part of the story, I explained to y'all. I'm sure y'all have understood policy A, policy B. Now coming to the settlement part, I am not interested because this is premature. I want to first get the warrants out in all the 5 cases. Warrants out. It may take 1 month, 2 months. But now the judge will not delay because I'm sending a complaint of his to the Law Ministry and the Supreme Court and the High Court and everywhere. International Court of Justice, Chief Minister, Amit Shah ji, all the bar councils of India, all the states, their bar councils. Means the whole of India knows about my case, all the lawyers. Now let us see what happens. What does the judge do? He will not go against me. He knows it. They are wrong. And why are you dealing the matter? Are you giving them chance, time? For what? To eliminate me? Or to confirm or finalize the settlement? No. I'm not looking at the settlement. I said it is premature. At the moment, I'm not interested. When would I be interested? My first condition, C2 comes. Without C2, I am not closing this chapter, may what come. The only person who can handle me on the table is C2. Looking at her face, all that Rudra avatar of Shiva will subside, will die. The only person to control. LB also can, but LB cannot come now because of the cases which are subjudiced. Because I know I'd given this chance to them that LB can handle this Agori. Anyway, now C2, I have introduced C2 to the opposition. First, they wanted me out of LB. So what did they do? They were trying to, how do we contact this Agori? At that time, I was not an Agori. They didn't come on the table because my condition was only LB can come, handle me and settle this matter. And that male ego, they have that male ego. We are bigger than these women. We are more ताकतवर. We are powerful. अरे पागल, एड़े, कॉकरोच, झिंगुर की जब मौत आती है ना, उड़ने लगता है. And this cockroach, that ego of his, that money has multiplied into so much. But ego जाएगा नहीं ना. But what happened? Did I change? So many women they sent to me. So many women. Lust is got zero value for an Agori. And even before an Agori, it's zero value for Kishore Chhabria, son of Prabhudas Phagumal Chhabria. I know what I am. Lust cannot bring this matter to an end. So anyway, they failed there. So now this is my condition. She has to come. C2. Now when C2 came in, LB automatically went on the side track, not on the main line. She went on the side track. Now main line was C2. They were very happy. Very happy. Chalo, he's out of LB. And then I said, C2 is just my executive secretary. I'll pay her 18 first. I decided the figure because I always go a figure of 9. And then somebody told me from this company, some Lukha of Sharad Pawar, cockroach, sir, you need to give her 30. I said, no, then it's not 30. Then it's either 27 or 36. Whatever you wish. I said, okay, that is my wish, I'll give. It was only an executive secretary at that moment. And then, I have no problems naming. Walchandji. C2 is willing to marry you. But don't take the custody of the children. Leave them with the husband. I said, really? He said, yes. And you settle all the debt of the hubby. I said, okay. Then I started thinking, why did this matter come to a marriage? Then I did my research. I said, yes, there is a lot of debt which shows on the internet. And debt like this cannot be erased. It has to be paid. And if you cannot pay, then the family has to suffer, everybody has to suffer. Even I had debt. If I had an asset, the insurance, I had debt of banks. But what happened today? Everybody is jammed in this case, even the banks. So then I said, okay, but then I got this power of Ma Kamakhya Devi, that Vashikaran, which kept giving me messages even before going to the Shamshan. That I have sent C2 to you, take care of her. Okay. Then what happened? Then I gave a budget, or budget ne rather, an offer that I will give 108 crores to C2 as an executive assistant. 1 year she needs to close my. But then the marriage and everything started building up. And then I put up a offer. I said, okay, I'm willing to settle only if I have a backup. This was my offer. Only if I. Immediately, RA was sent. Immediately there. You got it? LB went on the side track because I got C2 in. And Ma Kamakhya Devi sent C2 in. Okay. Now to get C2 on the other side track, they sent RA inside. Yes, very pretty face. I don't know whether she is humble or anything else about it. But definitely, she is an attention seeker. Till her accounts were open. Now they are in private mode. And I'm happy they are in private mode. But RA is an attention seeker. LB, let us keep her aside for some time. Everybody knows it. Let us not go into anybody's character. At the moment, I am not. Being an Agori, I don't want to. But attention seeker, I'm not saying anything negative about her character. Some people have that. A lot of people. Attention seekers, the way they dress up, the way they look. Yes, she has modeled for a brand very often, which as a brand owner, me, is not right. The designer or the owner shouldn't be the model for your designer clothes. This is my personal thinking. I don't know what the world think about it. Anyway, so now this is what has happened. But coming to the present, all three are dear to me. Who sent whom or who got whom in is not a question mark. It is me who takes the final call, nobody else. Cockroach cannot decide where will the babies come from. No babies, no settlement. What will I do with this kind of money? I don't need the money. Not my requirement. Money is coming only if there is a backup. So who gives me? Walchand ji promised me, तीनों मिला के देंगे. Walchand ji promised me, तीनों मिला के आपको 9 बच्चे आएंगे. Okay. Then somebody came, all from this side, and passed on the message, don't worry about C2. Age is not, or rather she is not the end of delivering babies. There is still time, so you don't worry. Why I got all these messages? What was the reason of sending? Because I was a little confused. Can C2 really give me? So he passed on the message, yes. So means they have been speaking to somebody, C2 or a hubby or whatever, and getting these information out. And then I promised, if I'm getting the babies, the future warriors of Sanatan Dharma, then I need to secure both my Shaktis equally. 100 billion USD each approximately. That's a huge money. Why I said that kind of money? Because I didn't want anybody to eye on the other money. The other money, which is about 90% of what I'm giving both C2 and RA. I never asked for. But the matter is so huge because of this issue in the court. Because of this issue, policy A and policy B, this matter will go to CBI, NIA and ED. Oh, Amit Shah ji will tear apart everybody. Tear apart the billionaires and everybody, whoever involved in my case. So this is where now they need to take a call. I am saying it's immature. If you are planning to come, then come. So now Walchand ji told me yesterday, I'm coming to LB after some time. Now Walchand ji called me immediately after the court. First I went to Simkirit and then I went to Walchand ji and Kumar Pakre. Settle. Okay, I'll settle, I said. But at my condition. What is your condition? Then Walchand ji, trust me, he kept his hand on my knee. Kishore bhai, preliminary meeting karo with Fateh Chand Ranka. I said, see, I'm allowing you only Fateh Chand Ranka. I will not meet anybody else. I'm not interested to meet anybody else besides him. I know him for donkey years, that is more than 40 years. We are neighbors on the same street called Lakshmi Road in Pune. It was the best shopping hub when the malls were not there, Pune. One was MG Road, one was Lakshmi Road. Lakshmi Road had huge collection of whatever. So it was a high street. So I know him for 40, 45 years since I've been going to my store, partner with dad, since I was 16 years old. That is 50 years. And I got to know Fateh Chand Ranka about 40 years back. Anyway, so I permitted that. Then he said, Fateh Chand Ranka doesn't want you to come to the shop. I said, why? Because I'm an Agar. He said, everybody's scared now. I said, okay, it's good to be scared. So Bajaj didn't allow me to his building. He made me sit in the security office. So I said, okay, come to my store. Kumar Pakre is the tenant of my store in Lakshmi Road. I said, okay, come there. Ask him to meet me there on the top floor where I did my Satyagraha for 91 days. Okay, that is fine. I said, okay. I said, but I'm not taking any money. Whatever document I'm signing there, that will state that all three of my Shaktis will come home here, where I'm sitting here. This I call my Samshan Bhumi. It's a bedroom. इज्जत देता हूँ इस ज़मीन को, that this is my Shamshan, because Agoris meditate only in a Shamshan. They don't go to temples. Anyway, so I agreed. So Walchandji said, okay. Then once they have to give the token and sign the final document, then I will bring all three along to your place, because you have already signed the document. Intend that you are agreeing to settle out of court at so and so terms and conditions. Okay. And the first condition will be, this letter is null and void if these three Shaktis of mine don't come with the token to my place. Simple. Anyway. Now, as far as I being an Agori, I don't live in the Shamshan Bhumi. I go there about 10, 15, 20 minutes in the evening. Now, I'll have my supper and then go to the Shamshan Bhumi. Darshan, whatever, the ash, this is our dharma. But I am not that same Kishore Chhabria the whole time. If this kind of money comes, I'm going to see into business, how to park that money where, what is to be done. After consulting all three of my Shaktis, no other partner will come in. Yes, we'll hire a lot of people will hire, lot. But who takes the decision? Only 4 of us. My family, once I'm out, I get 1008, and then the first big chunk comes. I'm divorcing my wife, which is already an agreement. So I move out. Then I stay with this 3. Now coming to LB. See, LB, her language is very bad. I've been put off very often. We've been chatting since 22. She has healed me in several ways, but her language is very, very horrible. A common man cannot digest it. I tried to digest it, but now as an Agori, I cannot. I don't abuse unnecessarily, but her language, even while chatting with me, anything. Because she has been with people who are filthy and abusive. So she learned from there. She didn't learn this from her mother's stomach. So now she has to polish herself. She needs to polish. And then we need to take care of her. What we do about her, where she lives. Does she live with us in the same premises at Kalyani's bungalow? Is a call we all need to take. Because I don't want any thing happening between 4 of us. No speaking behind the back. Whatever we need to say, it's in front of each other. No cheating. No dual language. No dual faces. Whatever. If I am Shiva, son of Shiva, so Shiva is such. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Only 3 things. I only believe in these things. So now what she has to do? She has to change several things. We'll take a call, because she has stood by me, and this amount, whatever I'm getting, is because of her. They didn't know it initially, but I used her as my weapon. I would say I used her as my Trishul. That time I never used to carry this. But I used her as my Trishul, not as any other missile or whatever, nothing. And I ruined everybody's life because of her. RA and C2 are not involved in the case anywhere. Zero. Case mein zero. But LB, yes. So we need to take care of her, because all this money, I would rather say, this money, 100 billion USD going to C2 and RA, for that major part has also been played. A silent part, a silent role has been played by LB. I utilized her. She didn't utilize me. She couldn't. Her lust didn't help, whatever. Yes, she's a very pretty face. But now even she's about 35, 36, maybe 37. I don't know. What is to be done tomorrow? See, we need to think about the future too. And what future? 3 children are already there, C2 and RA. I'll adopt all 3. This I forgot to tell you all. I told Valchandji at that time, no Valchandji, a mum cannot live without her children. How can you say that the custody will be taken by the husband? No way. Custody will be with C2 and I will adopt them. Or rather, I shall also adopt RA's son. LB has no issues. She's never married, never divorced. She's single. What do we do is a call we need to think by sitting in a temple, not in Shamshan. I will never take you all there. Until and unless you all wish to join me. But ladies, females, don't go to Shamshan, Hindu culture. No, some cultures it's allowed, not in our culture. And I being a Sindhi, I've been taught women don't go. So I will never take you all to the Shamshan. So maybe in a temple, and we need to take a call about LB. We are not going to leave her stray, that you go and live there and we shall take care of you. Because money everybody's got. No, money is not everything. Money cannot buy emotions or good wishes. We need to take care of her with kid gloves. And vice versa. Everybody has to take care of each other. So C2 is the eldest. C2 should actually play the role of a bridge between this Agori and both RA and LB. Because RA comes from a very different culture. She's a Sikh, Sardarni. And their culture and our Sindhis, though we have been going together, all of us, at the Gurudwara. I was married in a Gurudwara. Of course, C2 is also Punjabi, she knows. LB is a Gujarati. So now what is to be done in the future? That we have to take a call. But the settlement is premature. They have a problem bringing C2 on the table. That is their problem, not my problem. And I shall not call C2 over for the meeting. Why should I call C2 when I don't know her? I have never spoken to her. Just a smile once or twice. But yes, Ma Kamakhya Devi sent her here and I gave her name to the opposition. Now what happened? For LB, C2 came in. LB was sidetracked. RA came to sidetrack C2. What happened? Now all 3 are going not parallel but whatever, 3 tracks. And they are going to reach the same destination without any issues. And I am at the destination waiting for them. So what? Nobody sidetracked anybody. I have the same feelings for all 3. I am an Agori. I am a Shiva Bhakt. I go to the Smashan, but I don't practice all these tantras or these vidyas at home. I don't. I am a very sattvic, or whatever you can call it, emotional Bhagat of Mahadeva. And I go close to him. Why I went to the Samshan? Because Mahadeva meditates in the Samshan. So if he can meditate in the Samshan, why can't I meditate in the Samshan? If he can apply ash all over, why can't I apply? I also bought a damru for myself. Every day, puja, both times, damru. And evening, when I have to sit for my me time, sometimes 6:30, sometimes 7, sometimes it's happening late. Previously, it was 6:37. Now, if I'm going to court or somewhere else. So, but then I offer the first drink to Kal Bhairav. And my society, everybody knows, I shout only twice, two things. Har Har Mahadev and Kal Bhairav ki jai ho. And then I offer him a drink. That is the time when I sit on my me time. So now, I think I've told you all enough. If I get some messages on social media via somewhere that somebody wants some kind of information, I'll make another video anytime, whatever, or one of my posts, I'll write whatever, because I know all three of you all are confused, because I was told that now they are worried. They are worried that he's an Agori. Should we get married to him? I said, their wish, not my wish. But if they are not coming, so there is no backup, so no settlement. If they don't want to come, let them not come. I cannot force anybody. Now this also has to come to me from all three of you all, not direct. Please. You all know I can read minds. I can read faces. I can read languages. Any language in this world I can read. If you all agree to get, or rather, we have babies from all three, let me know. Because since a month I have stopped chatting with LB. It was a language which put me off. It was a language. And she has been in the dark for the past 1 month. Though she has the same value even today. But she's the only one who can keep me peppy by chatting with me, because y'all both cannot come. Let me tell you, yes, from an XYZ account here and there, something happens, hello, that is okay. But not regular. Till it doesn't settle. I don't exploit anybody. I have not exploited any single woman in my life. So it is up to LB whether she wants to keep me peppy and start chatting. And y'all too can pass on whatever messages y'all want. I can understand all meanings, everything I can understand. I hope I've sorted things today. Take care of yourself, all three of you. Hope to meet y'all soon, but at the right time. I'm not in a hurry. Har Har Mahadev, Jai Kal Bhairav, Jai Ma Kamakya, Alak Niranjan. Har Har Mahadev.